This is KUGAN CASSIUS Rifle TV in association with MTK Global. We're at the Matchroom Gym here. I'm joined by the Welsh Wizard.
Yeah, the lizard they're calling me at the minute.
Why?
I don't know, they say I'm not living up to my name, the wizard, but, you know.
Who's saying that?
The boys.
Oh, okay.
Nah, I'm only joking.
Joe Cordina, have you got over the euphoria of quite a special night in British boxing?
Yeah, I enjoyed that thoroughly. Like you said, the biggest British boxing event in history, so yeah, I thoroughly enjoyed that.
So when the draw was made, it's kind of, you know, yourself, Josh Kelly and Lawrence Coley, and you ended up being the only person that fought, and gutted for Lawrence, especially. I think, you know, Kelly was pulled out beforehand, but Lawrence Coley must have been gutted waiting there. What did he say about it on the night? I haven't spoken to him. I went
after my bout. I went back in, and he was obviously waiting, and obviously I went back out as well, watching the fights, and came back in to grab my bag, and someone was on their way in to tell Lawrence he wasn't fighting. I thought, I'm gonna have to go in and have a little look and see how he reacts to it. He come in and his face dropped as soon as they said, and I felt a bit for him, but obviously it's boxing here, things like that happen, and when you're a floater, that's what happens. It's just that chance. It's that chance, innit? So I was buzzing. I boxed, so I wasn't really worried.
I mean, from the draw, obviously it looked like Lawrence had sort of got the prime spot. That's how it was. It looked at the time, but then things obviously didn't work out in that way. But you know.
Well, at the start, I was hoping to get that spot, and when I came out first and I was boxing first, I thought, it's not that bad. I'm opening the show. It's a good slot, and I'm guaranteed to fight. And then when I sat there, and I thought, and who says there has to be a certain amount of stoppages, and they have to be early on in the fights for Lawrence to get on. So I thought, well, it's going to be a tough night for him to get on, and which it turned out to be. And obviously he didn't get on, so it didn't work out as planned. So I was buzzing that I got on and opened the show.
And a first round win for yourself as well, so that tops it off.
Yeah, of course. To stop him in the first round, it was nice. My first fight took, when was it, 4 rounds to stop him, but to get a first round knockout, it was nice.
I mean, obviously it's very early for you. Not recently just turned over, and you've had 2 fights now, so you're settling in all right, everything into the pro game? Yeah,
I'm sparring 10 rounds. Yesterday we done 4 tech and 10 open, and then a couple bags at the end. So I'm doing the rounds comfortable, and I'm settling in nice, taking my time. I'm not bouncing around like I was in the amateurs. I'm settling my feet down and picking my shots nice. So yeah, I think I'm settling in nice down here.
We are seeing a kind of new era from the Olympian side. Obviously, everyone from that batch, if you like. Not everyone's turned, but some are on the verge of turning, and some have. But I mean, do you sort of compare yourself to the last batch of Olympians that turned pro, and that sort of, you know, some of them are holding world titles now, British titles, and etc. But you know, how do you look at that?
I don't really compare, but the way I look at it is, if they could do it, we can do it. Is in the cycle beforehand, you had Billy Joe, James DeGale, all them, and they come through the same cycle as what we did. And I just missed out on London, and now I've gone to Rio. I'm an Olympian. Now I've turned over, and like I said, if they can do it, and they've come through the same system of what I have, why can't we do the same as what they're doing? And we're all hungry. We all want to get to the top. As soon as everyone starts boxing, that's all you want to be, is a world champion. For me, it was I was an amateur boxer, so I wanted to go to an Olympic Games, and there was no way I was turning pro unless I went to one. And I've got there. I reached my goal, and now you set new targets, new goals, and mine is to be a world champion. And I suppose everyone else is that as well.
And as in regards to Welsh boxing, obviously we've got a lot of good Welsh fighters on the scene at the moment. I suppose not arguable. Lee Selby's right up there at
Yeah,
the top. He'd been a world champion, but his brother Andrew is obviously on the scene now, and the scene there, like I said, it was there, and now there hasn't kind of been a big show there for a little while. So, is that sort of moving forward something in your head that you want to take that sort of big time boxing back to Wales? I'm not saying it's gone anywhere, but there has been a little bit of a stale period
I
there.
understand. That's my plan. Take big nights of boxing back to Wales and back to Cardiff, back to the capital, and everyone down there. Oh, when's there going to be a show? And like I can't answer that. Only Eddie can sort them sort of things out. So I just say, listen, it's going to happen, and obviously in time when I start progressing and fighting, obviously I got to keep winning. Hopefully when I fight for a title, maybe we can bring one back. But yeah, that's my plan. And like you said, there's a lot of great fighters. You got Lee Selby,
and Nathan Cleverley, obviously,
Nathan
as
Cleverley
well.
You got up and coming fighters, Morgan Jones. You got Liam Williams. You got all these fighters, and they that's what they wanted. They wanted big nights of boxing back to Cardiff. Like Fred Evans has turned pro now, and he's fighting I think next Friday. So he's going to be a one to watch as well. And he's an Olympic silver medalist. He's been at the top of the amateur game, and I suppose he wants to be at the top of the pro game, and I think he can. And I think all of us can. I think all of us watch fighters. It's just some of them ain't been given the opportunity and haven't done the amateur background to elevate their pro career. So.
Absolutely. I mean, I said there, Lee Selby's at the top, which he quite clearly is, but Nathan Cleverley equally there as well. He's had a great career as well, and you know, I don't know what's going on regarding Nathan Cleverley at the moment, but you know, had some good nights in Wales with the fighters I'm talking about. So yeah, it needs to go back there really.
Yeah. Like Lee Selby, he's probably one of the most avoided fighters out there now in British boxing. I think a lot of people don't want to fight him, and I can see why, because I've sparred him plenty of rounds with him, and he is quality, and he's got an engine. Like he's in the gym every day of the year, near enough. He has a couple of days off, and only the last year he started having a little breaks in between his fights, and he's normally back in the gym like a couple of days after. So yeah, I can see why he's so avoided, and like you said, he is probably at the top of the Welsh list of boxers.
Just going back to obviously the night, what we witnessed in front of us, and the fight between Joshua and Klitschko, which was unfolding. Us, everyone was kind of on their edge of their seats as it was playing out. So, you know, what was you thinking as you was watching that? And you know, it was a point in the fight where everyone generally thought that how's Joshua gonna recover from this? And you know, it was round 5 or 6, I believe. Yeah. And was you thinking the same thing?
At the start of the fight, I leant over to my missus and I said, "Oh, he don't look right. He don't look right." And this was at like round 2. But obviously, he got on to Klitschko, put him down, and then I think 2 rounds after, he seemed like he gassed out and he got put down himself. And then I thought it was like game over. I'll be honest. And I had my head in my hands, and I was thinking, "Oh my God, no, listen, just hang out, hold on, do whatever you got to do." But Klitschko held off him, and when it got to around like 9, 10, I said to my missus, I said, "Listen, I think he's gonna knock Klitschko out." I said, "He give him too much time to recover." I said, "Nothing's been happening. Klitschko haven't done nothing. Joshua haven't done. He just allowed him to recover." And as soon as he got on him then and he stopped him, I was over the moon for Joshua, because I seen how hard he worked, and to beat someone like Klitschko is just amazing, and what a night it was.
I mean, people obviously maybe picking flaws out in Joshua's performance, but which, you know, is understandable. He's never been 11 rounds. I think 16 of his 18 fights previous to that ended within 3 rounds. Yeah. So that was, you know, deep waters and unknown territory for Joshua, especially against someone like Klitschko, regardless of his age. But to see him find something special, and we know what a brutal finisher Anthony Joshua is, but for him to find that in that fight to finish him off was you know, have to give him credit for that.
Yeah, of course. Like you said, never been 11 rounds before, and to get put down, hurt bad, and at times he looked exhausted, and to eventually find that that stoppage, I just take my hat off to him, and I take my hat off to Klitschko as well, because he was hurt at one stage and he kept getting back up even when he was getting dropped so many times. He was getting back up and still fighting on, but eventually Joshua got a stoppage, and I was glad he did in the end, because I thought he might have been down on points if it went to scorecards.
What fight would you like to see next? The Klitschko rematch, Tyson Fury. Doesn't look likely for this year, Tyson Fury.
No. I think everyone wants to see Tyson Fury and Joshua, but I wouldn't mind seeing a rematch of Klitschko and Joshua. But I'd also like to see Deontay Wilder as well. But yeah, I think if it's gonna happen, fight's gonna happen first, it'd probably be Klitschko and Joshua. So yeah, I wouldn't mind to watch that, and then move on, maybe Deontay Wilder or Tyson Fury next year.
Who wins out of Fury and Joshua?
Joshua. I do like Fury, and now he comes across, he's so funny, and he's a good fighter as well. But I think, and he's an awkward fighter, but I think if Joshua lands, he puts Fury out. If Joshua lands, and it's only a matter of time before he does land. When I watched Fury and Klitschko, Fury did play with Klitschko and did make it awkward for him every single round, and was catching him at ease. But what I seen, that wasn't the same Klitschko that boxed Joshua. I know there's different styles, and styles make fights, but it didn't seem the same Klitschko. But I take my hat off to Fury. He's a very good fighter, and he done what he had to do. But I think in that fight between Joshua and Fury, Joshua wins that all day.
With the fight we hopefully does take place next year. Fury's got obviously a few issues to overcome, the hearing and everything. So, but yeah, this time next year, if that fight was on, I think everyone wins.
Oh yeah, of course. The British boxing, probably the world boxing wins. It's a fight everyone wants to see.
You'll probably be about 10-0 by then, so.
Yeah, hopefully. Yeah, well, a little bit more. I'm hoping to get 10 in by the end of this year. I'll fight every month.
When are you next out anyway?
On the Kelbrook and
okay, next week.
Yeah, so next week.
Oh, you're on that, Bill. Sorry.
Yeah. I know. I don't think it's been announced yet, but yeah, I'm on that.
All right, no problem. All right, Joe. Listen, thanks for talking to IFL TV. Yeah, sorry we couldn't catch up with you after the fight, but yeah, we'll definitely catch up with you ahead of Sheffield next week.
Sweet.
All right.
Top man.
Top man.